Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Rao. Pakistan's Prime Minister says that there should be no politics in sport, and yet Pakistan will not be playing and will not be participating in the T20I World Cup game against India. If sport is truly meant to be kept free of politics, then fixtures decided by a governing body, an international governing body, should be honored, especially when the match is being played at a neutral venue and no security threat has been cited. A political decision has been taken, and then now it is being wrapped in anti political language. When a government instructs its team to boycott a match, forces the ICC into one of the biggest governing crises that we've seen in the past few years, and also risks harming associate nations financially, I don't know about you, but to me, that is politics entering sport in its most direct form. Today, we ask the hard questions. Is this a principled stand, or is this selective participation, selective defiance? Where does sport and state policy begin? Where does sport end and state policy begin? And if this is allowed, what exactly does a World Cup fixture mean anymore? On the panel today is Shomik Chakrabarti. Soon will be joining us Debashish Sen, Shubhayan Chakrabarti, and Amit Shah, not the Home Minister. Let's start with the core contradiction. How can a government say there should be no politics in sport while ordering a team to boycott a specific match? Can you explain that to me, Shomik?
Gargi, look at the timeline and the chronology. On a Saturday, I think a fortnight ago, ICC officially took the decision to replace Bangladesh with Scotland because of Bangladesh's refusal to travel to India to play their matches at the T20 World Cup. That was on a Saturday, and on that very day, um, Mohsin Naqvi, Pakistan Cricket Board chair, he spoke to the media in Lahore and sort of honey-tongued the responsibility to the Pakistan government. He said, "We'll go by the instruction of the Pakistan government, not what the ICC says." Now, there is a huge contradiction. Mohsen Naqvi himself is the interior minister of the federal government in Pakistan, and he is the ICC chair. So ICC or anyone else is well within its rights to assume that the two are one identity, because you are, how can you classify that you are PCB chairman and also you're the interior minister? So I'm well within my rights to interpret or assume that the two are one identity, right? Now, what happened? It has been, see, the entire Pakistan team, the entire Pakistan thing, whatever they do, politics, sport, is based on chance. It is based on chancery. So they are talking about taking a principled stand and showing solidarity with Bangladesh. Okay, fine. For a moment, I am buying their logic. But then again, if you are doing that, you are showing solidarity, you will boycott India across every tournament, across every platform, right? You are playing against India at the Under 19 World Cup. You are the women's team would be playing against India. So this particular thing, so this boycott fails on its own terms, simply on its own terms, because at the very least, and at to keep it, I mean to put it mildly, this is incoherent at the very least. What the whole security logic is incoherent at the very least, because you are traveling to Sri Lanka. So this is basically nothing but chancery. And now that the Prime Minister of Pakistan has spoken, and he has confirmed that Pakistan will not play the match against India, whatever the back channel negotiations that had been on. I think it Pakistan Prime Minister's comment or his statement puts paid to that. Now, what is left, that the Pakistan cricket should face the full opprobrium of the other member boards for undermining the tournament, undermining cricket, and compromising the sanctity of the T20 World Cup.
Shubhayan and Devashish also join us from Navi Mumbai. Good to have you here, guys. I'll start with you, Shubhayan. Obviously, we're talking about Pakistan and the statement made by the PM. Now, Pakistan has claimed solidarity with Bangladesh. Shahbaz Sharif was very clear with that. But Bangladesh accepted the ICC's decision. It moved on. Does Pakistan actually have any standing in this dispute?
Gargi, it's very funny, because if you go back to the day when their Players Welfare Association had a press conference, then and their president Mohammad Mithun, he had openly said in the press conference that Mustafizur, the World Cricketers, World Players Association had approached them about KKR releasing Mustafizur Rahman without citing any proper reason, but it was Mustafizur who did not want to uh, extend this entire issue. He wanted to end that issue then and there, and that's what happened, and that is why the Bangladesh Players Association also did not uh, extend or stretch the issue to the World Players Association. So that matter ended then and there. After that, Bangladesh fell into the trap of Pakistan Cricket Board. Their negotiations, whatever talks were happening between Mohsin Naqvi and the BCB president. We all know there's a election also coming up in Bangladesh on February 12, and I think this is the entire debate of this issue comes from that. There, Pakistan wants to play to this political game, and before the 12th, before the election day, I don't think Pakistan or Pakistan Cricket Board, they will confirm or deny anything regarding the India Pakistan match. Mind you, PCB has not written to ICC about boycotting or giving a walkover to India for that particular game. It is just the government who is playing to the gallery right now, be it from their Twitter handle, be it Shahbaz Sharif, and Shahbaz Sharif was addressing other ministers in the cabinet meeting. It was not a press conference. It was not an open statement. It was a closed statement, which Pakistan, of course, released it later on their social media handle, just to play to the gallery, just to create that narrative that we are standing with Bangladesh. They want Bangladeshi people to elect an anti-India government, so that both the parties, Bangladesh and Pakistan, can come together and create issues for India. That is it. I'm still pretty confident. Yes, the Prime Minister has openly said, but if the elections go in favor of what Pakistan is wanting, I'm pretty sure they will backtrack with their statements, with all the political statements, and what the PCB will ultimately say. We never said anything to ICC. There was not a single comment, be it from Mohsin Naqvi, be it from any other administrator, about boycotting the India match, because they never on record said, not I'm talking about PCB, Pakistan Cricket Board, they never came on record and said that we are boycotting the India match. It is the government officials who are openly giving such statements, Galgi.
Exactly. Debashish, there are 3 points here. One, the statement that sport and politics should not mix is coming from the Prime Minister of the country, who is not a sports administrator. Number two, the PCB chief is also the Interior Affairs Minister of Pakistan. And number three, what does this have to do with India? I understand, that they want to stand in solidarity with Bangladesh, but this issue has nothing to do with BCCI. If they boycott this match, it doesn't affect BCCI in any which way. So help me understand. We are only days away from the Bangladesh elections as well. How much does this, solidarity have to actually do with politics?
Finally, we came to know what exactly was the reason of Pakistan not playing India. So there are no security reasons, and it is now established by the fact that the Prime Minister coming out and saying that it was because of the solidarity shown towards Bangladesh that Pakistan will not be playing against India. So that talks about security issues being a problem doesn't even arise. So and it is also the fact that Pakistan team is now in Colombo, and they will be taking part in their group league matches, except the match against India on February 15th. So clearly, it is and the statement is coming from the Prime Minister of a country. So clearly, it establishes the fact that it has got nothing to do except political reasons. Solely the political reasons behind it, because we all know the general elections are coming up in Bangladesh, and it's kind of a it's a situation where Pakistan would like to garner the support of Bangladesh so as to corner India. But let me tell you, is obviously India is too strong a country when it comes to political or financial wise, or be it their cricket board. So I think it is not going to affect a semblance. And so leave aside, and Pakistan may think whatever they can. And funny thing is that they are yet to communicate with ICC, which they won't. Which they won't. I still firmly believe, and it's only going to come, say, on the day or when the match will be played, or say a day earlier. So before the ICC take any action, but definitely there will be some actions, some strong actions, and because this is clearly a case, a political reason, right? And the Pakistan Prime Minister goes on record saying that it is sports and politics cannot go hand in hand. Yesterday in the cabinet, while addressing to its cabinet ministers, he said that sports and politics should not go in hand in hand. But let me ask Mr. Sharif, is it not politics? Is it not politics being involved in sport? And it is a clear case of sports and politics which Pakistan Prime Minister is saying. So I think let's see, let's wait and watch, because until and unless the PCB writes or communicates officially to ICC, ICC won't be taking any action. But as and when it happens, then obviously Pakistan Cricket Board will have to face its consequences.
There is a super chat here that says too many people mouthing off too many things unofficially. Nasser Hussain's interview making waves. ICC should make their stands and issue statements. Other member boards issue public statements to show solidarity with PCCI. Now, this super chat prompted me to go and read what Nasser Hussain actually said, and he said, and I quote, "If India, a month before a tournament, said our government does not want us to play in a country for a World Cup, would the ICC say, bad luck, we're knocking you out?" This is what he said. And he said that he quite likes the fact that PCB and Bangladesh cricket are taking the stance that they are. But the key difference here, Shomik, is the fact that every single time when the government of India said that they would not let the cricket team travel to Pakistan, there was always a security threat. Even with independent threat assessment agencies, the threat was always moderate to high. In this case, India's risk assessment was low to moderate.
Gargi, two things here. I mean, whatever you have been getting either from Nasser Hussain. Nasser Hussain spoke that on Sky Sports, and yesterday I was listening to Mark Butcher on Stick to Cricket, and it was almost similar. Mark Butcher was saying that if Pakistan doesn't play this game against India, that would be a massive loss. He first said India and then corrected himself quickly and saying for ICC in terms of revenue loss. But we have to look into something that is beyond cricket, because that mindset of the West is like that. They look Pakistan from a different perspective. Once again, we come to that bit of chancery, because for West, especially for Britain, and for also for their elder brother US, Pakistan is a buffer state. They need Pakistan to monitor and keep an eye on Iran, Afghanistan there, and also keep a hold on Central Asia, keep a close eye on Central Asia. So because of that very reason, they need Pakistan. And we are talking politics, because I heard yesterday a bit of the clip that was put out. There Mr. Shehbaz Sharif was saying, खेल के मैदान पे सियासत नहीं आना चाहिए. लेकिन सियासत खेल के मैदान में कौन ला रहे हैं? Pakistan Prime Minister, what they have been doing, it is pure politics. It is absolutely nothing to do with cricket. Believe me, that Bangladesh elections on 12th. The fact of the matter is that, and I have said this on our live shows earlier also, the fact is that it is Pakistan are playing a dangerous game. It's not just cricket. What will happen is at the ICC, it's a long, complicated legal process. We are not even going into that. We'll see what will happen. It's a long, complicated legal process. But the dangerous game that Pakistan have been playing is there would be a government in Pakistan. The western borders of India's western borders are volatile because of cross-border terrorism, in the sense that through infiltrations and cross-border terrorism, they are trying to create a similar type of kind of ferment in India's eastern borders. When Khaleda Zia, BNP, and his son has returned to Bangladesh, when Khaleda Zia was in power, they did that. ISI did that through Khalida's BNP to create farming in the northeastern states in India. And this is the thing. After Awami League came, I mean, they blocked it. They blocked it, and things improved. Things improved in terms of security with our eastern borders. But now they are trying to play a dangerous game. And once again, apologies, because this discourse is entirely political. Because Mr. Shehbaz Sharif has made it completely political, despite saying खेल के मैदान में सियासत नहीं आना चाहिए.
Shubhan, very contradictory, all of these things that are coming out of PCB and Pakistan. But at this point, do you think Pakistan position is defensible at all within the ICC's existing rules? And it's even funnier that PCB is completely relying on political pressure to drive their point across.
Firstly, Gargi, see, I respect Nasser Hussain a lot and his commentary a lot, his cricket analysis a lot, but why is he bringing hypothetical situations in all these? India never said a month before that we won't be playing an ICC tournament in a particular venue. Why even bring a hypothetical situation and create scenarios which never existed? You never know. Had India said no, we won't agree on having Colombo as one of the venues for the semi-finals or finals, alternative venues. India never said that. So why even bring hypothetical situations in that scenario? Had India said that we don't want Colombo as an alternative venue, I'm pretty sure ICC would have come jumped in and said no. You have an agreement with the Pakistan Cricket Board. ICC kept in loop when you guys had this negotiation of not playing in your respective countries till 2027. So why back out at the last moment? So for Nasir Hussain, for Mark Butcher, for anyone, I'm sure there will be many such statements in the coming days on the very similar lines coming from other commentators and former cricketers as well. And it has been the norm when we talk about pitches in India, when we talk about the quality of broadcasting in India. People have been saying similar things, and all these former cricketers fall in same place. But to create a hypothetical situation, if what if India do that? What if India do this? What if India do that? I don't think that scenario stands a chance in this entire debate. Coming to Pakistan's point of view, they had already approached several board members. They were rejected outright when the voting happened for the Bangladesh Cricket Board cause also. And I said in one of the lives as well, if Pakistan were so strong, Pakistan Cricket Board was so strong in world cricket, they would have gotten 3, 4, 5, 6 votes in favor of Bangladesh Cricket Board. But none of the board members even listened to what Bangladesh Cricket Board or Pakistan Cricket Board had to say. Pakistan Cricket Board had written an official email marking all the board members, but none of the board members supported them during the voting phase. So Pakistan cricket right now does not stand a chance. They create a social media environment when the discarded players from IPL, the non-bought players from IPL go to PSL and say, see, they are all social media narrative. I don't even take them seriously. It's better to watch Kapil Sharma show for half an hour and have a good laugh rather than listening to what these jokers from Pakistan are saying. So, Gargi, they don't have. I think even a board like smaller countries like Sri Lanka, smaller countries like Nepal. I think Nepal is something a country which can replace Pakistan's status as one of the most watched or most loved cricket countries or most followed cricket countries in the coming years. If I would suggest to the BCCI, if they are not going to Bangladesh for their upcoming tour later this year, invite Nepal or go to Nepal, send your C team to Nepal and see the kind of reception they will get, not only in terms of the cricket ground, but in terms of broadcasting as well. So Pakistan, I think they are jokers, bunch of jokers, and they will continue to remain so.
And the problem here is with the fact that
Gargi, just a minute. I mean, I'm taking a leeway before you go to Devashish and to continue with this Mark Butcher and Nasser Hussain thing. See, there is a bit of jealousy also. I mean, they are the imperial, the old superpowers of the game, and the power has shifted. I mean, absolutely, certainly, I mean, absolutely authoritatively to India. So it is still a bitter pill to swallow for them that they no longer they no longer control cricket, because during the time of international cricket conference, England and Australia, their Antipodian brothers, used to have veto powers, and they did a lot of things. They did a lot of things to undermine the other nations, especially the non-white nations. But now there is a definite power transfer. India controls the game by dint of their commercial might, and it is still a bitter pill to swallow, be it for Nasser Hussain or Mark Butcher, or maybe going ahead, you will, as Shubhayan said, you will hear some other voices from England, from that Anglo-Aussie cartel.
I think this point that you mentioned is driving a lot of opinions in global cricket, because really, when you think about it, India has had the same stance against Pakistan since 2009. What are these people saying when, if India did not want to go to Pakistan a month before the tournament? That has never happened. That has never happened, even during the Champions
Arey,
Trophy.
don't go back to 2009. Recently, the Tri Series, Sri Lanka was playing. Sri Lankan players were desperate to fly back to their country, but due to the political pressure, due to Sri Lankan government stepping in, they were forced to stay back to Sri Lanka and complete the series. Had Sri Lankan players taken a stand, I think Asalanka lost his captaincy due to that, because he took a stance in one of their internal meetings. Asalanka, I think, lost his captaincy. One of the players, I'm forgetting the name, could be Asalanka most likely. He lost his captaincy because he took a stand for his players that they are afraid, they are scared, they don't want to play in such scenario in Pakistan. So the reality of Pakistan. Australia were playing a couple of days back, and there was a massive bomb blast in Pakistan. So if they're talking about security, if they're sorry.
Come on. They were playing in a security bubble.
Yes, they were playing in a security bubble, but at the same time, there was a blast going on in their country at the same time. Not too far from it. So if Pakistan are coming up and creating this rubbish drama before every ICC tournament, as I suggested in one of our last lives as well, ICC or the broadcaster should figure out a way, or to make it sustainable, because before every tournament, these sort of dramas. Uh, this is not good for sport. This is not good for sport. Political wise, that geopolitical tensions that the politicians will take care of. But when it comes to cricket, when it comes to sport, please spare us now, Pakistan. You have no space in the cricket ecosystem. You stand no chance. We can replace your 250 million, 220 million, 40 million, 50 million, whatever number of people watches cricket in your country, we can easily replace them. Uh, and even in the ecosystem also, don't be surprised if in the coming years, in the next season, from the next season onwards, there's a silent ban on Pakistan Cricket Board or their domestic tournament, PSL, and everything. I'm pretty sure the major cricketing nations won't tour Pakistan in the coming years.
Ojasvi Thapa is saying politics started from the Asia Cup with the handshake and post-match statements, isn't it? Why is ICC so silent? Didn't they send this coming all the way? Ojasvi, there is a huge difference between symbolism, which is what India did when they did not shake hands with Pakistan. Number two, Surya Kumar Yadav did get fined by the ICC for bringing up Operation Sindoor in the post-match press conference. Number three, when it comes to politics and Pakistan, remember the gestures that we saw from the players. Remember that Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chief and the ACC chairman, remember the tweet that he made of that plane falling down. So this is very rich coming from Pakistan, coming from PCB. It does
Where
not
where
stand.
was where was Nasser Hussain when ICC filed Surya Kumar Yadav and one of the other players, I think Harshit Rana, it was where was Jasprit Bumrah? Where was Nasser Hussain? Did he praise Did he praise the ICC for putting up a sanction against Surya Kumar Yadav and Bumrah? Where was Nasir Hussain and Mark Butcher when Fahim Ashraf was putting up Instagram stories and mocking the Indian Army during Operation Sindoor? Where were they?
The next question, Devashish, that I want to ask you: Pakistan has
I would just
massively
like to add.
miscalculated.
I would just
Yes,
like to add the Bangladesh angle. I would just like, because the topic is surrounding Pakistan, but I want to see what Bangladesh's stance now will be. Yes, it is clearly a political vendetta. Means obviously Pakistan would like to garner the support of Bangladesh, but Bangladesh, remember, means they have already lost his face. They have become a laughing stock by not sending their team to India to play their group league matches. So and they are already out. So the last thing that Bangladesh cricket board would want is to go by terms of Pakistan cricket board, and that will spell dooms for them. Means obviously, because they very much know that in India BCCI is the superpower in the subcontinent. So anything they do, but any step they take, they should always keep in mind. Means of and see and it was clearly a political thing that influenced them not to take part in the travel to India, I mean, obviously, and clearly, it will be interesting to see Bangladesh cricket board's approach. Means once the new government comes, one hope. I firmly believe that obviously, as much as Pakistan keep on trying, India is also not sitting beside. Means obviously, and also so I would be very interesting in BCB's role. Means obviously, I was going to an article. Obviously, BPL Bangladesh Premier League. Their Bangladesh Premier League is at stake. Obviously, they have recently started this, kind of another league, T20 league, so as to give their players an opportunity. But you cannot match a World Cup with a local league. So I think the worst sufferer in this case is the Bangladeshi cricketers, because they would have very much loved to play in the World Cup, take part in the World Cup, rather than sitting in their own country and playing a local league cricket. Well,
absolutely. Shomik, help me understand a little bit. Asking a technical question here. PM, the Pakistan PM has made it clear that their stance is still the same. They will boycott the India game. At this point, what will be the plan of the Indian team? Because if I'm not wrong, if India does not travel, they forfeit the game. So India will definitely travel to Colombo.
India will have to go through all the protocols, all the match protocols. They will be there on the match. If Surya Kumar Yadav or any member of the team, any member from the team will do a pre-match press conference, they will go to the ground. The match officials will be there, and once India turn up at the ground and the match officials are there, and if Pakistan don't turn up, then the match officials will hand the game to India, will award the game to India. India will get 2 points. Pakistan will lose 2 points and the entire net run rate from that game. That is the thing. And after that, what are the financial consequences? Um, that is something for the future, in the sense that I have been reading stories that the host broadcasters will sue Pakistan Cricket Board. They cannot do that. The host broadcasters agreement is with the ICC, and whatever the grievances, the host broadcasters will take that to the ICC. The ICC in turn will ask for indemnity from Pakistan, and there are options. They might withhold that amount, whatever. Suppose, for example, the loss. This game is valued at $38 million. So, for example, that $38 million, ICC can withhold from Pakistan's revenue share for undermining, because this is a breach of ICC constitution also. Why? You are, I mean, you are breaching the obligation clause of the ICC constitution. These are the ICC logic. These are the these are the clauses, or these are the areas that ICC will show. You are of you are breaching the obligation clause in the ICC constitution, and it throws open a lot of possibilities, like Even, and the extreme step is suspension. Suspension is the extreme step, but this, it is also an option. At the same time, Pakistan will counter that, saying that as per clause 12 or clause 15, very likely clause 12 of the MPA, government order is force majeure. Government order is also force majeure. Then again, ICC's counter is force majeure cannot be applicable, cannot, you cannot apply force majeure selectively. Because if you are applying force majeure, it should be for the entire tournament. Pakistan will counterclaim saying that we are adopting partial force majeure. So it is, and force majeure itself is a legal term. So you can understand the legal wrangle that is forthcoming as far as ICC and everyone that is related to world cricket. So the legal wrangle that is forthcoming. But then again, we come back to the very topic of sports and politics. Now, this thing showing solidarity with other country, political solidarity with other country, and boycotting a certain nation is not new. Even on this day, almost the entire Europe is boycotting Russia because of the Ukraine war. If you look at Britain or France or Germany or Belgium, they don't have a direct conflict with Russia, but they are showing solidarity with Ukraine. But then again, they are boycotting Russia on every platform: commerce, sports, be it Olympics, be it football, every sporting platform. But here, Pakistan's boycott, is not tenable on its own terms because you are playing under 19 World Cup against India, which means you are not boycotting. You are playing the women's game against India, which means you are not boycotting. Now there is a Commonwealth Games in India, so you will send people, you will send your participants to to that Commonwealth Games. So you are not boycotting India, right? You are particularly boycotting this game. So
Exactly.
on that very fact, it makes your case totally untenable.
I think for the next few months, we're all going to be taken for a spin into sports jurisprudence. Prudence. We're going to learn a lot about it from now on. But Shubhayan, there was a question here. Yes, Kavita is asking, hello panel, why is the ICC still holding back channel talks with PCB despite Pakistani PM being firm on their stand? And my follow-up question to you is, do you think Pakistan has massively miscalculated its leverage in world cricket?
Of course, they have massively miscalculated the entire situation. Right from the Bangladesh supporting Bangladesh Cricket Board writing that email to the ICC. I think they got a reality check during that ICC board meeting, emergency board meeting, where the voting happened. But despite that, they live in a bubble. As I said, they are a bunch of jokers. They live in their own bubble. It's like an ostrich. They sense danger. They put their head in inside a sand pit, and they think that I am safe. There's nothing dangerous around me. So they are like an ostrich who is feeling a bit threatened with things around them. So and coming to the ICC thing, see, as I already said, Pakistan Cricket Board has not written anything officially to the ICC. And as Shomikda also said, they are depending on that force majeure clause, and again, if they depend on that, they will technically make another big blunder. The entire Asia Cup, whatever happened there in Dubai, it was blunder after blunder from the Pakistan Cricket Board. They had a face saver because Mohsin Naqvi was the chairman of ACC. ICC was a bit lenient there regarding taking any strict action against Mohsin Naqvi of whatever happened inside during the Asia Cup, be it delaying that UAE game, be it taking away the trophy and running with it, or stealing the trophy, I would rather say. ICC was pretty lenient there. So, thieves have no place in our community. Yes, there are thieves around us. They live among us, and Mohsin Naqvi, Pakistan Cricket Board, is one of those thieves who are basking under the glory of being the president of Pakistan Cricket Board, being the interior minister of Pakistan. He's just one of the thieves. He's one of the jokers who are around. We're talking about back channel negotiation. ICC is just trying to, not to put the entire T20 World Cup in jeopardy. They are trying to make Pakistan Cricket Board understand that if you miscalculate this thing entirely, this is not ACC, this is not Asian Cricket Council, this is not an Asia Cup, this is T20 World Cup, and there will be repercussions. Like an elder brother or an elderly figure in the family, they are just trying to make Pakistan Cricket Board understand that please don't make this mistake, otherwise your future will be in grave danger. Pakistani PM, as I already said, they are playing to the political gallery right now with Bangladesh election up and coming. But apart from that, I don't have any word to say about Pakistan. Thief, joker, whatever you want to call them, you are most welcome.
But Shubhan,
Mute, mute.
But Shubhan, after the Pakistan Prime Minister's statement, until yesterday, back channel negotiations were on, and Imran Khwaja was given the responsibility to convince the Pakistan Cricket Board for their own benefit. It is not for the BCCI or for the ICC, for their own benefit. See that you will, if you don't turn up, you will face consequences. So, for your own benefit, it's better that you change your stand. But I think after the Pakistan Prime Minister's statement or comment yesterday, I think that back channel negotiations related to that particular game, that 15th game, I don't know what will happen if Pakistan meet India in the knockouts. That is a completely different proposition altogether. But that 15th negotiation, all the avenues for back channel negotiations have, I think, it is now the doors have been slammed shut, because once the prime minister is coming out and saying that in public, and that clip has been put out in public, now after this, if Pakistan backtracks, then their prime minister credibility, if at all he has any credibility, that comes down to yeah, that comes down to zero. So I don't think after the Pakistan prime minister's statement, there is not much room for negotiations specifically for that 15th February game.
I sincerely hope there is no further negotiation with Pakistan Cricket Board, and coming to the revenue loss that ICC will be having, or smaller nations, see Australia, England, South Africa, West Indies, they can cope up with whatever few millions of dollars losses that they will have from the revenue chunk because of no India Pakistan match. But for the smaller nations, as I suggested about India Nepal bilateral series, if India does not travel to Bangladesh later this year, I would give a better suggestion. Make a quadrangular series. Invite Italy, invite Canada, invite Nepal. Play your home, and distribute the revenue to the smaller nations. I think that will create, and play the D team, play the C team, play an emerging team if you want, and create an environment, secure environment, so that these smaller nations can also survive without. Despite all this drama, and don't be dependent on Pakistan Cricket Board. Devashis and I were having this discussion. They are not reliable at all. They will say one thing, they will sign the documents, and at the last moment they will say, "Who signed it? I did not sign this." These again, I don't want to say anything.
All right, let's okay. There's one more super chat here. We'll take that. India Heartbeat is saying all the Nasir Hussain and Mark Butchers will shut up if India bans those YouTube channels. It's all about money. Same for Pakistan. Just call their bluff and stop giving importance to them. The point is, it's not only about money. It's about credible security threats as well. And like we've mentioned multiple times, India's stance on Pakistan hasn't changed since 2009. So talking in hypotheticals will not help anyone at this point. Devashish, tell me what's in store for Team India today. Is there a practice session? What's really going on? Nothing?
No, there's no practice session for the Indian team.
Tomorrow?
There's a captain's press conference. Yeah, tomorrow it's a preview. So tomorrow the Indian
Okay.
team will train.
All right. So before we close the show, let me ask you guys, Devashish, what do you think will be today's Aaj Kuch Tufani Karte Hai moment? We've got the captain's meet today. We've got the press conference. What are your thoughts?
I would be looking forward to some Tufani comment from Surya Kumar Yadav on Pakistan.
Oh, lovely. Shamik,
He
what do
did
you think?
say, he did say, he did say, he did say, when he was asked whether there is a competition against Pakistan, what did he say? एक rivalry है नहीं, 8-0 से आगे है हम लोग. So it's only there's a rivalry when there's a competition. So I'm looking forward to a funny comment from Surya Kumar Yadav today.
What about you, Shomik? What's going to be tonight's Tufani?
I'm looking forward to having an interaction with England captain Harry Brook to have my Tufani moment because Nasser Hussain 2 days back he has written, not Nasser Hussain, I beg your pardon, Michael Vaughan has written in his Telegraph column that England cricket has thrown Harry Brooks to a pack of wolves. I would like to know his reaction and if Harry Brook is as bold with his tongue as he is with the bat, then that is my Tufani moment.
All right, lovely. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be back soon after the captain's meet. Of course, we'll bring you all the updates. Thank you so much, Shomik, Debashish, and Shukayan for joining. We'll be back very soon. Till then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the